Anyway, we were discussing, about truly deep thoughts. Deep thoughts sometimes, it's what we hide under our bed, and what we hide in our closet. We hide very well. Most people do. It's only because, again, we don't want really people to know that part about us, because it makes us feel weak. It makes us feel that, that we're vulnerable when that happens. And I think that only when you're threatened, it comes up and you can't hold back. Because when you're threatened, you're not thinking about what it looks like or what it sounds like. When you're threatened, all you're doing is protecting. And so I think that I feel that the dark presents itself, that we may shed light to it. And when that happens, it's almost like what we run away from, we always run into. And so it's like wherever you go, there you are. You can't run from yourself, right?
That's right.
And I think that truly the emotions of the way we've been programmed, the body has a program that's been programmed. All the emotions of anger, fear, frustration, anxieties, and they were programmed to us as we were young for protection. But what happens is they don't unprogram us, and we hide that in us as we get older, because we don't want nobody to take advantage. Like, for instance, myself, my father said, "You want something to cry about? Don't show that you're crying. It shows that they'll take advantage of you. It shows that you're weak," and so forth. So I hid that emotions, of not being afraid, not showing that emotion. So, and in return of hiding it, he actually replaced it by fixing things. By, "Come here, help me paint. Come here, help me lawnmower. Come here, help me water." And so it was replaced by fixing things. So now I'm into a point of hiding things because I don't want people to know, because I don't want them to take advantage of me or think I'm weak, or I'm afraid, or I can't handle it. And in return, I'm refixing it. It's like, for instance, crying, for instance. My father always just said, "Don't cry, don't show that you're crying. Crying is weak." And so when I see people cry, especially girls, I see women cry, I want to fix it. "Oh, don't cry. Come on, you're tougher than that. People are watching you can do it, And we get uncomfortable, because what happens in that is, it's only because that's what we've been taught. Crying is weak, and we don't want, it makes us feel uncomfortable. So we try to fix it, and it's not about fixing them. We fix it so we feel better. and sometimes that's the emotion of darkness that we hide. And when we hide it, it's only because we're fearful of what it might look like and sound like. And only when somebody threatens it, it comes up. And that's what I think when I say, "Do you fear yourself?" Truly, it's about me, about fearing what it might look like or sound like, or if they might judge it, or they might think I'm a wimp or whatever. So I think that truly the emotions of what we hide, and what we've been taught to show that we hide very well. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, I think the thoughts was, and what I came here for today was ask about some of those, fears. I guess as I got older, being able to train all the time, or what it's going to look like if I don't give 100% and I'm with my peers, and I'm showing weakness because I'm hurt or I'm physically in pain. And that happened here with Farbors. And that was something happened on the mat when I was with Higgin that was life-changing to me. And when I was done with that class, I had to sit in my car outside the school, and I had to make a decision that I'm either going to have to change my life today, or I'm going to be in a wheelchair and not be able to train. And then I didn't really have a place to go talk to anybody about that, because I didn't want to talk to anybody about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that was something for me that I had to do for myself. Nor did I want to perceive myself as weak, whether it's in front of students or whatever else, that I had to make these decisions. And I made that decision, and it happened
And
that
the decision was?
Well, the decision was, first, I'm going to completely change my eating habits, my working out habits, and everything else to get some of this pressure off my knees, the arthritis and everything else that builds up from the just the years of doing martial arts, and then carrying some extra weight. I had to make a decision that's going to have to change. And when I made the decision, I mean, right now I'm at losing close to, I'm at probably about 27 pounds just once I look at this week. But I was just telling Mr. Fogworth about that, even weighing in and not getting the stuff that you want, so I had to start taking pictures of myself, which is a hard thing to do. But at least I'm glad I did it, because I see progress now as I go. But I didn't really have anybody to talk to about that, because, I mean, who am I going to, I ain't going to go talk to my students about it, right? I didn't want to perceive that weakness.
Well, I mean, it's not really a weakness. What it is you came up to a realization of either I change or I'm going to die. Because really, when it comes down to it, I want to live or I want to die. Because if I keep going this way, I'm going to end up, having a massive heart attack, whatever, if I keep going this and I don't take care of myself. Because really, it's about you. And so now you're saying, I'm making this life change because, first of all, I'm better than this. And I know I can drop weight so that way I will live, I'll have the freedom to do the things I love doing. But again, that takes courage. It takes courage to do it. And you came up to the point where you're saying, hey, I want to live. It takes courage, because a lot of people don't want to live. They don't have the courage to live. And so when you made that decision, you're saying, I want to live. I want to do something different. I want to have the freedom to go back and do the things I love doing. Because the way I am right now and where I'm going, I can't do the things I want to do as well as I know I can do them.
Right, that's exactly true. That's 100% true.
So you're at this point in time and say, hey, right now, you know what? I want to live. And you gave me that decision. I want to live. And you want to live means I'm willing to change what I need to change. First of all, mentally, the way I'm thinking and feeling about my regiment and my intake. Second of all, my looks, because I know if I can do what I'm doing right now in the presence of my time, and I can do what I do. I imagine if I take these bricks off me,
right.
What I can really, really do. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really what it's all about. It's you came here, but really when it came down to it, it's about emotional. 80% of it, I mean, let me put it this way. 80% is mental and focus on what you want, and you needed to have focus on that. 20% of it is really just your physical body, and you can actually cut and take that weight off you. But 99.9% of the rest of that, which is emotional, is what we hide. This is what we need to heal the emotional part that we don't add in our focus. Because when we start adding into our focus of what we want, and we add emotions into it, we start bringing up results we're not looking for. Anger, we start getting pissed at ourselves.
That's correct.
And then then we start fearing it. We start fearing our anger about what it might look like or sound like, and what we might do. And then stage 3, we start getting frustrated. We start beating and burning. What's wrong with me? I'm better than that. I'm stronger than that. I can do this and that. And you start beating yourself up. But if you get to stage 4, that's anxieties. Anxieties means I'm stuck. Either I go to somebody I trust that will help me out of it mentally, or I go to a doctor to give me something that will calm me down and whatever. And that's really what you're here, because we came here to help each other. That's really what we're doing right now. We're here to give light, to help each other. And we didn't come here to do it by ourselves.
No, that's true.
And that's what the art is about. It's about brotherhood. It's about being able to share with one another, that we can be the examples to others, to our students. And so that's truly, you made that life decision point right now, new beginnings. That means it takes a lot of courage to do that. And obviously you got the courage. You got the courage to do exactly that. Do something about it.
Yeah, I did make that decision. That is for sure. There's no doubt that I made it. So, but there is definitely bumps in the roads. It's not that when you say it's a mental thing. The physical part's the easy. The mental games that go with it is.
Like
You
I
know,
told you
it's
didn't come
hard.
here to do it by yourself.
No, well, that's true.
You know,
yeah, I
and-
need. Yeah, there's times that I need a
and
little
that's why
boost.
that's
so.
why we have each other. You came here to Seasons at Fire Boys because there's a trust that you can really be open and say, this is, this is where I'm at. What do you think? Because obviously you have respect for his word and for his experience, that he might be able to give you some light, shed some light to say, okay,
Yeah,
we can go forward, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And so, and myself, like I said, we all need, including me, we all need one another to sometimes. Sometimes I just like to vent.
That's it.
I just want to vent. I said, I don't need you to help to do. I don't need you to do anything for me. I just want you to listen to what I have to say,
That's
just so I can get it out, and then I can say, good. Now I feel better saying it. But we all need that. Hey, we need that, and I think that's really what we're talking about. Is we need each other, and about things that we hide very well, and it's all based on fear. It's a fear based of what it might look like or sound like, and it's not about anything about physical combat, because we're way past that. It's about the emotional combat that we don't want to fight against ourselves. We want to be able to help ourselves and to love ourselves, because it's about us. It's about loving ourselves, and the only way we can do that is really treat ourselves in a good way. Then we will be a good example for others. And so that's where we start, right?
That's right.
It's about
I
treating
agree.
ourselves new. So for all those who are listening to this, just remember, it's about you.
Thanks, Mr. Farboy.